Hello everyone, welcome back. This is Tina. In this video, we are going to cover React Redux, which connects React with Redux. Redux itself is a standalone library as all the code we wrote before. We didn't integrate with any UI frameworks, but Redux can be used with any UI layer or framework like React, Angular, Vue, and others. Although Redux and React are commonly used together, but they are independent of each other. So if we want to use Redux with any layer, any UI layer, probably it requires some steps like create a store, subscribe to the updates, and inside the subscription, callback function. If you still remember, we have a store.subscribe, it have a callback function. We probably do what? We may get a current store state and also extract data needed by the piece of UI, then update UI with the data because we are connecting with a UI layer now, right? We have to change the UI based on the data in the updates in the store being updated. If necessary, run the UI with initial state, okay, and respond to UI inputs by dispatching Redux actions. So it is possible we write everything by hand, but doing so would become very repetitive, and optimizing UI performance might require complicated logic to do that. That's why we have a React Redux, okay? The processing of subscribing to the store, checking for the updated data, and triggering a re-render can be made more generic and reusable. A UI binding library like React Redux is a UI binding library, handle the store interaction logic, so we don't need to write a code by ourselves, like subscribe, trigger re-render. No, React Redux do for us. So if we use Redux with any UI framework, we probably will use a UI binding library to tie Redux together with our UI framework, rather than directly interacting with the store from our UI code, okay? And the React Redux is official Redux UI binding library for React. If we are using Redux and React together, we should use React Redux bind these two libraries together, okay? So here, I think we have slides before, which here is our React, and here is our Redux or Redux toolkit, and between them is the React and the Redux, and which bind our React with Redux toolkit. Let me use Redux toolkit together, okay? So it's a binding library, connect them together, okay? To create a project, you create a TypeScript project, and it's very long, okay, because you have to download lots of packages. Because I'm using the create React app, so I already created here. So the command I executed is this one: npx create React app, and this is our project name, and the template I use TypeScript, okay, because we are using TypeScript. And for people, if you don't like a create React app, then you can use what? You can use also the Vite to create. They are similar things, okay, but Vite is a little bit light compared with the create React app. And after you create, you will have a package like this way. I'm going to do some cleaning up, okay? So for all the things here, I can just delete everything. And then I'm going to add a file called the index.html file, okay? And then have HTML file. And the only thing I need is here I have a div. My bad. Here I have a div. Div will have ID root, okay, like this way. And here I will say React, okay. Then for the src, that's it for public. I don't use any other logos or thing. The favorite icon you can add one, but here it's not our main purpose, okay. And for the app, I will delete CSS. I don't deal with any CSS. Test, delete. This one delete. This one logo delete. This one don't delete. If you delete this one, when you import a CSS or image, it's gonna have problem. This one delete. Okay, delete all of them. Or to trash. Okay, and I have to change a little bit here because after delete, this one don't have anymore. And so we get rid of this one. Get rid of this one. Okay. And that's our index, which is the entry point of our React application. For the app, you can delete everything. Control A. Then I just have export default function app. Any way you like to create the app function. Okay, here I'm going to have a hello. Just for test if our code works. Okay, hello. Okay, like this way. Now we are done. I have hello. We are done. Okay. Now next thing is first let's test if our React application works or not. So I follow the command. Okay, cd to our React Redux demo. Then npm start. Should see if everything works. Then we will start. My applications, my laptop kind of like slow recently. After a while, I use this laptop. Okay, have hello here. So my React application works. So next step is what? Next step, we are going to use the Redux toolkit. And we are going to do is copy everything inside your app and feature. Inside app and feature, copy to your SRC in the Redux demo. Okay, React Redux demo. So here for the app and for the feature, copy and paste under this React demo SRC. Copy paste here. And after copy paste, we're gonna have errors. The reason why I have errors, we didn't install we didn't install those dependencies. Okay, so I'm going to install dependencies. The first thing I'm going to install is npm install Redux JS. I think called the toolkit. Let me double check. Toolkit. Okay, let's see. And the next one, I think I still have the logger. I think I have a logger in the store. Logger, this one. I don't need to have a logger, so I won't use the logger anymore. Okay, so let's see if I have any other errors. Okay, let's see. Have any other errors? Seems no errors anymore. Here, no error. Store, no error. Okay, I just get rid of this one. Okay. Oh, it asks. Oh, here have errors. The error is what? The error is it asks us to give a type for those actions. See here, state and actions. See here, it has a more strict typing here. See here, state and actions. So we have to go back, and here, which one has the? Here it asks to give a state. Implicit action is this one action. Let me give. I already give actions. Which one? See here. All of them kind of like checking. All of them have payload, command reducer, Redux. This one already have Redux toolkit. Redux toolkit, and let's see if it's installed successfully. Okay. Redux toolkit, yes, I installed successfully. Why still? Let me, because it didn't see. clear npm start. Let's see if it complains. Okay. Seems not complain anymore. Oh, it's after dependency installed, I have to restart the application. It's so slow. Oh, XOS. So I have to install XOS. Okay, I forgot this one. Now let's go here. npm install xios. Okay. Then I'm going to stop this one and restart. Okay, I'm going to restart it successfully. npm start. Let's see if I have any more errors. No more error. Okay, so we don't need to add type. The only thing, after we copy the code into src, the app and features, the second thing we have to do is install two dependencies. One is Redux, one is React Redux toolkit. The other one is XOS because they are required. And I removed the logger from here. So if you also have a Redux logger, you also need to add a Redux logger. Okay, so this is the first step. Second step we are going to do is here. I will do pizza first. Here I'm going to have a pizza, which is component.ts. This component tsx. And in this file, I'm going to create the view. Okay, so the view is expected as a React component. So export default function pizza. Okay, and this one will return what? Return a view. The view gonna have what? The view gonna have the number. Let me use h1. Okay, number of pizza. And here we'll list how many. By default, it should be 10. Okay. Then here we'll have two buttons. The first button is the order, and we are going to have a next button. Next button is the restock. Okay, restock the pizza. Then we are going to do the same for the chicken. So here I'm going to have a chicken. This is our view. chicken.tsx. Okay, and I'm going to just copy paste. Okay. Control A, Control C, and then paste it here. And here change to be chicken. And number of chicken. And then inside my user, I'm going to have a user.tsx. Okay, and here I'm going to use user. It's a user. For user, I probably will do is display a user list. Here I'm going to do later. Okay, user. Let's have h1 and user list here. Okay, then we'll do it later. And for all the user data displayed here, and then in my app here I'm going to have three. One is pizza view. One is user chicken. And the last one is user. Okay, so this is our three views connected together. Okay, three views. I'll have to configure for. This is our views. Okay, now the next step is how can I, suppose I'm doing pizza, how can I get the number of pizza from the store? Because store at least have initial data. The pizza is number is how many? The 10, right? The store has. How can I do? We can do is next thing we have to do is install the library. Okay, did I mention to install library? I didn't mention it. So next one is install a library. Okay, after we do this part, we install library, which is a React Redux. Okay, my bad, I forgot to do this. So next one, because we are going to connect them together, connect our view with our store. So npm install React Redux. Okay, After we install dependencies, we have to restart. Sometimes it didn't pick up the dependency. So let me check. So we have React Redux installed correctly. Okay. So next thing is I'm going to restart. While we are restart, I'm going to do is go over several slides. Okay. After we do the provider component, it works here. Okay, see all the things. The provider component makes the Redux store available to any nested components that need to access Redux store. This is similar to the context in React. In React, we have a context, right? Since any React component in a React Redux application can be connected to the store, most applications will render a provider at the top level with the entire app's component tree instead of it. So here have provider, we give a store. Store is what? A store. So inside the application, because app is our root, so all the application can use the store. And to get the information from the Redux, we have a hook called uSelector. uSelector, this hook is a part of React Redux library. Okay, it will allows you to extract data from Redux store state in a functional component. It enables to subscribe to a store and re-render the component whenever the selected state changes. Okay, so you select states. You can use it to select a specific piece of state from Redux store. Okay, it will do automatic re-rendering. Once a change is being made into the store, it will automatically re-rendering. And by default, it uses strict equality to compare select state. It can help avoid unnecessary renders. Okay, so here let's go back to first do the two-step. In the index here, I'm going to have a provider. Okay, this provider also from where? From React Redux, this library. And here we have a store. Then store require what? Require store. We just import a store. We do have a store, right? So let me organize my import. So here I'm going to import store from where? From app. Okay, /store. Okay, then here we give a store. Okay, so now in all the components inside the app, it can get the store. It can get a store, which can get a store state. And next one, because we are doing pizza first, right? So how do pizza? We will do is constant, and here we can say state, pizza state equals what? Equals useSelector. This is also from React Redux. Then he will give you a state, and you choose what? You choose a pizza. I only need to number of pizza, right? The information. So here we get dot state dot pizza. Hey? The problem is what? The problem, he doesn't get it. Let's see here. Here, the problem cannot find the pizza is because here, inside here, he doesn't know the state of this one. The state of this one is unknown. When it's unknown, he doesn't know, you have a pizza or not. So here, we have to get a state for that. We have to get a state. And this state is a root state. This state is from the state type gonna become, look like pizza, have a number. The root state gonna become like this way, okay. The root state, because this state here going to represent root state. Our root state gonna be look like this way. Pizza, okay. Pizza is what? Number of pizza by default is 10. And have what? Chicken. Chicken is number of chicken by default is 20. And also have what? Have a user. This one is wrong here. Okay, here should be like this way. Here also have a user. User, what's the type of user. User have a loading. Loading is what? Loading is equal false. Users array by default is array, and the arrow is empty. So now here we have to give a state, which type for that. Otherwise, we're gonna have this error. So how can I get this type? How can I get this type? In our previous slides, you already see. Okay, let me show you what it is. When we create the store, I said that we are going to come back for that. See here. If you want to get the root state, the return type of store.getState is a root state. So here we will do is inside our store, we are going to export what? Export our const root state. The root state is equals what? Equals return type. Return type is a type of what thing? State dot get store dot get state. Did I have a return type wrong? Return type. Hey, why don't have return type? Let me see if I have any mistake. Yeah, no, yes. What's the error here? Hey. Hey, what's let me see. Okay. Const, I just copy paste here. Did I type something? Oh, my bad. Here should be type. Okay, my bad. Okay, return type. Okay, sorry, my bad. So here, once we get it, we can import it. Okay, then import root state from where? From here. Then here we can give a type for that. Stat give a type is root state. Root state. Okay, and once you have the type here, you won't get errors. See here, I have a state.pizza. You can also get the chicken and others. See here, all three. Okay, that's once you have pizza state. What is a pizza state? As we mentioned earlier, here this is our root state. And once I get a pizza, which is this pizza keyword, you will get number of pizza. Okay, so one way you can do is do what? Here, you will do pizza state dot number of pizza. And let's go back to see our front side. You will see 10. See here. Okay, this is the first way. Okay, first thing, which is pizza state. Second one, we can do chicken. Okay, we can continue to do chicken. Here we will do another way. Const. I will show you. Okay. Use selector. Selector you what? Selector have a state. State stat. This is entire state. Root state. Okay, contains everything. And we only need what? We only need for chicken. Okay, and this one state chicken will give you what? Will give you this part, number of chicken 10. Then we can continue do the structure assignment. So I can do like this way, which is number of chicken. Then here, I just need to have a number of chicken to be here. Okay, so let's take a look at our browser. You will see number of chicken is 20. This one we'll do last. Okay, so 10 and 20. This is called a use selector. And when we use selector, there's a one key important thing. Yes. One important thing is what? A use selector called return entire root state is almost a mistake, which means what? Here you have a state, you return entire state. As it means the component will re-render whenever anything in the state changes. Selector should be as granular as possible, like stated to do some nested fields, okay? Which means usually you won't do, yes, here, selector, here you just return entire state. This is almost a mistake because for this component, you want to grab everything, okay? Everything inside your state. You just probably some nested fields, because if you do that for this chicken, it will render everything being updated inside a state, even though I don't use it. Okay, so usually we will match to specific fields of the state. And this is one. Now the next question is, how can I dispatch an action, right? This is your selector, okay? How can I dispatch? There's another hook inside the React called the use dispatch. It's a part of React Redux library, allows you to dispatch actions to the Redux store from functional components. This is essential for updating a state in your application based on user's action or interaction or asynchronous operations, okay? Which means like a dispatch fetch user, okay? Access to dispatch function, it provides dispatch function, which you can use to send actions to the Redux store. Like use dispatch, it will give you dispatch action, okay? But it doesn't have a subscription, because when we use selector, here, when we use selector, whenever the state or the state related to pizza is changed, it will trigger it to be re-render the UI, which means it will trigger the change in number of pizza, also will trigger the re-rendering on the number of pizza. But use dispatch, it won't do a subscription, which is listening to the update in the store. It won't. Okay, use dispatch does not subscribe to a store, so it won't cause our component to re-render when a state changes. Okay. Flexible action dispatching. You can dispatch both asynchronous and synchronous actions, like create async async. Okay. Now how you do it? Use dispatch. You have to give a type. Okay, this app type is in our root in here, which is in our config store. You have to give a type is dispatch, okay? And then you can dispatch what? You can dispatch actions. Let's take a look at how to do it. So here we'll go, I'm going to do pizza first, okay? Here I want to have an order, right? In order to order, I have to dispatch. So here you have to have a dispatch. This dispatch use dispatch, okay? And usually here we'll give a type. And this type is what? In the store, you can export a type. Port type app dispatch equals type of, no, my bad. Type of what? Store dot dispatch. Do you remember we used store dot dispatch before? Store dispatch. This one is the type. Okay. So here we'll give the type here. And then, okay. And then here, when I order, I will have on click. On click what? On click, I will dispatch what? Dispatch action. Action is what? Order. Order is from pizza slice, okay? Order, okay? Then this is action creator. I have to make a call to it. And the same thing, on click, I have to dispatch an action. Dispatch what? Dispatch for restock from pizza. So restock how many? 5. Now let's take a look at what's going to happen, okay? So here, now when I order, you will make a change here. You are definitely gonna make a change here, because in our chicken slice, here I have extra reducer, which also responds to pizza's action, okay? That's why here also, when I restock, it's going to add a 5, like this way, okay? So this one works. We'll continue fix our chicken. So here, const dispatch, PATC, dispatch what? Use dispatch. And here we give a type, which is app dispatch, okay? The type is, and here for on click, we will have what's the name? Order. And this order is from chicken slice. Dispatch order, my bad. Dispatch, here I have order. This is the action creator, so I have to make a call. And for this restock, let's do something different. Here, suppose I have an input type is a number, and I'm going to get the value of this one, okay, which is on click. On click going to do what? I will dispatch what? I will dispatch what's thing? Restock. restock, I have to give a how many, right? And this how many I want to get it from a type number. So here I can have a use state. Here is quantity. Set quantity equals use state. Use state is what? 0. Okay. And here I will put what thing? Quantity. Okay. And then here, take a look at here. Now if I order, you will make a change, right? But when I restock, because it's at 0, okay? So we have to do is here I have a value equals quantity. And then I have unchange. Unchange, I'm going to do is unchange here, I'm going to have E. Okay, and I'm going to set quantity, which is equals to number. Number is what? E dot target dot value. Okay, do like this way. So now let's take a look at if it works. I'll give 5, restock 18, and give 10, restock 28. Okay, so after do, you probably can make this one to be 0 again. Okay, I just didn't do this step. It's not a part of that. But anyway, now we have what? We have all order and restock. Order, restock works, right? No problem, no questions. So what we did is 3 things. First, in our index.tsx file, we have a provider, which is store. You give a store provider here, okay? And then in our pizza slice, we use pizza component. We use selector to select the pizza for the state. And this use selector will also subscribe to store, which when I have any changes happened for this pizza state, it also will be get an updated state and trigger re-rendering. And if I want dispatch action, use dispatch, okay? Then you can dispatch the actions, okay? Now next thing is, see here, every time I use selectors, I have to give root state. Otherwise, here you have error. Just now I have pizza have error. If I go to chicken and I don't have this root state, you're gonna have errors. And every time you have to do that. Usually we're gonna have a customer hooks for these two, because for you dispatch, every time you have to have app dispatch type here, okay? So that is our next topic, which is customer hook. We are going to make a hook. One is for use app selector, okay, which is using the typed use selector have a root state, and use dispatch is another customer hook, which is gonna be return use dispatch, this typed hook, okay. Then we don't need to give type when we use them. Let me show you. Here inside the store, I'm going to create a hook, hooks.ts, okay, and then we are going to have a two const use app selector, okay. This one gonna be typed use select hook, and the type is going, what's the type of this one? It's a root state, and equals to use selector. And once we do that this way inside our code of pizza, then after we have this hook, okay, because not a root, my bad, it should be root state, okay. After I type this one to be root state for this use selector, and I no longer need to provide the root state for every use selector, then we can do change inside our pizza. Instead of this one, I can do what? I can do const pizza state equals use app selector, then directly give state, and state.pizza. Yeah, why? No, because this one haven't imported. Okay, that's why they have error. Let me go to imported. Import use app selector. Okay, so no error anymore. So you don't need to give a type every time you use use selector. That is one. And for this one, we are going to make another change. I'm going to create another hook. For a custom hook is a function, but you must start with use, okay? Equals, and it's a function, return what? Return this part. Let me use dispatch, use dispatch, okay? And this app dispatch is from a store. App dispatch, okay? And then in our code, we no longer use this typed use dispatch. We can use our custom hook. So here, we no longer do like this way. Then we are going to const dispatch equals use app dispatch. This one seems shorter than this one, okay? This is our custom hook. And we can also do the changes by ourselves in the use selector for these two, okay? Let's do it, okay? These two, const number of chicken equals use app selector. Here have a state, state, we will get state.chicken, okay? No errors, and a const dispatch is equals use app dispatch. Okay, that's it. And after we make changes, still works, should be, okay? So restock, order, restock, and order, and the change be 6, restock, still works, okay? So this is this version about custom hooks, okay? We are going to have a few slides left. Now let's take a look at the last one, which is the fetch user. What we are going to do with the fetch user, which is asynchronous action, right? Same thing, okay? What I want to do is when the page starts loading, then when the page finishes loading, I should see either loading, either error, or either collection of users. That's what I want to see, okay? So here, we still will do the same as we did before. Now, let me close all of them, and I'm only to deal with user, this one, okay? So here, first thing, we have to get what? Const, what's the have loading, users, and error, okay? And this is from use app selector. I'm going to select for state for what? For user, state.user, okay? And here, I can do what? Here, I can do a checking, okay? If loading is true, I'm going to display H2 loading, okay? And otherwise, and if we have error, okay, then I will show H2, which is error message displayed here, okay? And otherwise, I'm going to display the user. You can also do another check. If users dot length is equal to 0, which means okay, I will say H2 no user found, okay? And otherwise, I will loop the user. User gonna have what? User going to have a users dot map. Let me add li here, okay? Let me add an li ul, okay, my bad, ul, and inside here I'm going to do users dot map to what? This one is u, okay? U will change it to be u li, and have a u dot id, okay? And the next one is u dot name. And here I'm going to use first, I didn't have a type before, I'm going to use any first, okay? So that is my logic, okay? That is my logic here, which is by default, loading should be false. By default, user is empty array. By default, error is empty string. So by default, what we should see? No user found, okay? Because loading is a false, error is empty, it will going to do this line, which is no user found. And as our requirement is, when application start, I should go and fetch user, right? So here, we have to use effect, okay? You give a function, And the dependency, we will have an empty array. Empty array means what? Only run on initial rendering. And here I have to dispatch what? I have to dispatch an action. So where is the dispatch? Dispatch we have to get from, we have to use a hook. Okay, use dispatch. Dispatch equals use app dispatch. Okay, and once we get that, we can dispatch an action. What is action? The action is our create async thunk, this one, which is a fetch user. This is action creator. So we are fetch users, which is an array. Make a call, sorry, my bad. Because the fetch user is action creator, we have to make a call. Okay, so now we finish our user. Now you can see, okay, let me refresh. You will see a loading flash, okay, and then you have this part, get all the user ID and username, okay. Let me make a change here. Suppose I make a run like this way, okay, and then it should fail. See here, network error, and when you will see a flash and network error. That is our fetch user asynchronous code. Similar like our synchronous code, right? You dispatch an action, you get everything from state, okay, use selector. And here is the logic of what you want to handle, okay. I just do a little bit of checking here. So that is our React Redux. We finished everything. No more slides. Okay. So we covered about the pizza, how to do it, and the chicken, and then asynchronous actions. And that's it for this video. I hope you like the entire series, and I will see you next time. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.